Last night, Tuesday 12th, the House of Commons voted to reject Theresa May's proposed Brexit deal.
Order! Order!
The ayes to the right, 242. The noes to the left, 391.
The ayes to the right, 242. The noes to the left, 391. So the noes have it, the noes have it. Unlock!
May made last-minute changes to her deal in an attempt to get more MPs on side. And while her deal gained more support than it had in January, that's hardly an impressive thing. Last time, May's deal was rejected by the biggest vote against her government in parliamentary history. This time, it was only the third biggest defeat. So Theresa's really stacking up those records. Although more MPs supported May this time round, it's still very clear that most of them don't support May's deal, with a 149 MP majority voting against the deal. Essentially, not enough had changed since last time round. A few MPs were convinced by her minor changes, and some have shifted their views considering how close we are to the deadline now, but ultimately, not enough to get this deal through. After the results were announced, the Prime Minister responded to the result.
Order. Point of order, the Prime Minister.
On a point of order, Mr. Speaker, I profoundly regret the decision that this House has taken tonight. I continue to believe that by far the best outcome is that the United Kingdom leaves the European Union in an orderly fashion with a deal. And that the deal we've negotiated is the best and indeed the only deal available. But, Mr. Speaker, I would like to set out briefly how the government means to proceed. 2 weeks ago, I made a series of commitments from this dispatch box regarding the steps we would take in the event that this House rejected the deal on offer. I stand by those commitments in full. Therefore, tonight we will table a motion for debate tomorrow to test whether the House supports leaving the European Union without a deal on the 29th of March. Just like the referendum, there are strongly held and equally legitimate views on both sides. For that reason, I can confirm that this will be a free vote on this side of the House. I'm passionate about delivering the result of the referendum, but I equally passionately believe that the best way to do that is to leave in an orderly way with a deal. And I still believe that there is a majority in the House for that course of action. And I'm conscious also of my duties as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and of the potential damage to the Union that leaving without a deal could do when one part of our country is without devolved governance. And to ensure the House is fully informed in making this historic decision, the Government will tomorrow publish information on essential policies which would need to be put in place if we were to leave without a deal. These will cover our approach to tariffs and to the Northern Ireland border, among other matters. If the House votes to leave without a deal on the 29th of March, it will be the policy of the Government to implement that decision. But let me be clear. Voting against leaving without a deal and for an extension does not solve the problems we face. The EU will want to know what use we mean to make of such an extension. And this House will have to answer that question. Does it wish to revoke Article 50? Does it want to hold a second referendum? Or does it want to leave with a deal but not this deal? These are unenviable choices. But thanks to the decision that the House has made this evening, they are choices that must now be faced.
This means that the government is sticking to its original plan of votes. As May's deal was rejected, this means that this evening, Wednesday 13th of March, MPs will be voting on whether or not they want to see the UK leaving without a deal at all. We've made a completely separate video about that, which will be coming out in about an hour's time. So if you want to know more about the vote, how it will likely end up going, and what the consequences will be, then check that video out. If it's been released already, then it will be linked below. If not, then subscribe to be notified when it's released. Once the Prime Minister had finished, it was the turn of Opposition Leader Jeremy Corbyn.
Point of order, Mr. Jeremy Corbyn.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The government has been defeated again by an enormous majority, and they must now accept their deal, their proposal, the one the Prime Minister has put, is clearly dead and does not have the support of this House. And quite clearly, no deal must be taken off the table. We've said that before, and we'll say that again. But it does mean the House has got to come together with a proposal that could be negotiated. The Labour Party has put that proposal, and we will put that proposal again, because the dangers of what the Prime Minister is proposing are basically that she carries on threatening us all with the danger of no deal, the danger of that, knowing full well the damage that will do to the British economy. This party will put forward our proposals again, which are about a negotiated customs union, access to the market and protection of rights. Those are the ones we'll put forward. We believe there may well be a majority for them, but there will also be the potential of negotiating them. The Prime Minister has run down the clock, and the clock has been run out on her. Maybe it's time instead we had a general election and the people could choose who their government should be.
So the Brexit chaos continues. We'll see this evening how MPs choose to vote, and if they support a no deal. As the week goes on, we'll be explaining Brexit harder than ever. You can expect more videos going into even more detail about the votes each day, as well as analysis after each vote telling you exactly what happened and what the implications are. We'll be sharing some of that in the form of videos. We'll also be posting articles on our website, as unsurprisingly, that's so much faster than animating an entire video. So make sure you don't miss any of the articles or videos. Follow us across our social network accounts. There's links below, or you can just search TLDR News.